Nothing in motorsports is ever a sure thing, but every once in a while, someone comes along with the right to challenge that statement. Meet the newest contender. With the support of his second-year owner and carrying 1993 NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year honors, 23-year-old Jeff Gordon began his quest for success early. At the Busch Clash, he beat the veterans at their own game. In the famed Daytona Victory Circle, we got our first taste of what a points race triumph would be like. He came close in the Daytona 500 with a fourth-place finish and backed it up 2 races later with a third at Richmond. He could run fast and run up front. These tracks were no longer asphalt strangers to him. He captured the pole for the Memorial Weekend Showcase, and on May 29th, Jeff found the winning combination, and the code name was Charlotte. Gordon continued his assault on the super speedways with top 10 finishes at Dover, Pocono, and Daytona. Then it was time to go back home again. Decades from now, we can all say we were there in Indianapolis to witness the merging of racing superpowers, the day that a local boy became a national hero, the day that Jeff Gordon crossed the final yard of brick ahead of all others for the inaugural honors. First race, first place. For his win, Jeff took a victory lap like no other, and now his ties to NASCAR Winston Cup racing are permanent. It's a sure bet this won't be his last trip to the Waldorf Astoria podium. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Rick Hendrick stable, the driver of the DuPont Chevrolet, finishing 8th in the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings from Pittsboro, Indiana, Jeff Gordon.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to attract your attention to the video screens all around the Grand Ballroom as we meet the 1995 NASCAR Winston Cup champion.
Tonight, we celebrate a NASCAR Winston Cup championship journey of maximum magnitude. But you must be prepared to ride along on an expedition of speed and daring, of courage and spirit. This is no fantasy. This is a trek into a new dimension of reality. And on our classic adventure, only one man will emerge as supreme. Stock car phenom Jeff Gordon and his colorful Rainbow Warriors formulated a theorem for 1995 success. Advance from contenders to winners. The campaign was fueled by an aggressive attitude. Refuse to lose. Just 2 races into the season, the floodgates opened at Rockingham. A new track record, 329 laps led, put a mark next to winner on that checklist. And stand by to do it again, and again, and again. When Gordon repeated the feat at Atlanta, you could see the trail from his skyrocketing confidence. Someone must have told this young gun that to win a championship, you must conquer the short tracks. The savvy son of thunder chose Bristol and led the most again. Gordon accelerated his need for speed, breaking down track record barriers at North Wilkesboro, at Charlotte, at Dover, at Michigan. In between, he intensified his growing reputation as unbeatable in NASCAR's All-Star Showcase at the Winston Select in Charlotte. Each green flag was permission to unleash what he's done behind the wheel of every competitive piece of machinery in his historic arsenal. At Daytona, it was licensed to best NASCAR seasoned veterans on their super speedway turf. The Brain Trust realized they had the building blocks and momentum to carry them to a NASCAR Winston Cup championship. And the fun was participating in this charmed season. Hendrick Motorsports took a vaulted leap into the ultimate points position when Gordon nailed victory number 5 at Loudon. His celebration sent a message: catch me if you can. Worldwide interest zeroed in on this most riveting of motorsport drama. On Labor Day weekend, Jeff Gordon joined legends he still idolizes as a Darlington Mountain Dew Southern 500 winner. But he wasn't finished winning yet. In a flamboyant flash, Gordon out-Dovered Dover with 400 leading laps, 7 wins, 8 Busch poles, 23 top 10s, and the most bonus points. These astounding numbers were the catapult that propelled this new superstar into the stratosphere of racing's jet set. Lap 61 at Atlanta brought the biggest bonus of all. The complete package was delivered. On this silver anniversary of NASCAR Winston Cup racing, the Rainbow Warriors uncovered their pot of gold. Put a check next to that once lofty goal. A future dynasty raises a salute before us. Ladies and gentlemen, the driver of the Rick Hendrick DuPont Refinishes Chevrolet, and now the 1995 NASCAR Winston Cup champion, from Pittsburgh, Indiana, Jeff Gordon.
In just a few moments, Jeff Gordon will be honored as a four-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion at the ripe old age of 30. In his years as a competitor in this sport, he has shown he can race with grace, win with class, and lead by example. But Jeff is the first guy to tell you this is not a one-man team. He's surrounded by skillful people, the dedicated people of the DuPont team, a team that has painted the portrait of a true champion.
With hard driving consistency, our 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion led lap after lap, claiming his fourth series title in 7 years, joining Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt as the only drivers in Winston Cup Series history to capture more than 3 championships. Gordon's quest for 4 began with the first of a series-leading 7 Bud Poles at Rockingham. In March, Gordon and crew chief Robbie Loomis celebrated the first of 6 trips to victory lane by cashing in on a Winston No Bull $5 million bonus at Las Vegas. A hard-fought 4th at Bristol and a 5th at Texas set the stage for a remarkable streak of 6 top 3 finishes in 7 starts, including consecutive runner-up finishes at California and Richmond. A complete team effort and a victory at the Winston led to successive wins at Dover Downs and Michigan in June, the latter of which represented NASCAR win number 100 for Hendrick Motorsports. Yet another Bud Pole effort at Sears Point and the resulting third-place finish only reinforced Gordon's versatility behind the wheel. With White Brook looking on, the 1993 Raybestos Rookie of the Year sped to yet another Bud Pole at New Hampshire, yielding a second-place finish. Convincing wins at Indianapolis and Watkins Glen in August set the DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet team apart as the ones to beat for the 2001 championship. A runner-up finish at Darlington in September added to Gordon's series-leading total of 18 top 5 finishes. And with a victory at the Kansas Inaugural, Gordon extended his point advantage entering the season's final stretch. Top 10 finishes at Martinsville, Talladega, Phoenix, and a title-clinching 6th-place drive at Atlanta sealed the deal for Gordon, Hendrick, Loomis, and the entire DuPont Automotive Finishes team. Jeff Gordon is now the youngest 4-time Winston Cup Series champion in NASCAR history, driving to a season-leading 6 wins, 18 top 5s, and 24 top 10 finishes. Please welcome driver of the Rick Hendrick-owned DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet, from Pittsburgh, Indiana, the 4-time and 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion, Jeff Gordon.
Here comes Gordon right up to the bumper again. The bump and run.
There it is.
Gordon underneath to the lead. 2 laps to go. The checkered flag at the end of the winless streak. Gordon wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Coincidentally, that dramatic moment involved our number 4 driver who sped to 4 victories in 2002. He also notched 13 top 5 finishes. And speaking of the number 4, he's a 4-time Winston Cup Series champion. Let's watch Jeff Gordon.
NASCAR Winston Cup Series, 4th place, Jeff Gordon.
Here comes Gordon right up to the bumper again.
There it is.
Gordon underneath to the lead. Gordon wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Jeff Gordon wins the Southern 500.
Back-to-back race. Y'all gonna make me act a fool.
Jeff Gordon wins the Protection 1 400 at Kansas.
Lose my cool.
Jeff Gordon makes a bid for the lead.
Jeff Gordon going for the lead on the backstretch.
Jeff Gordon has done it.
Please welcome driver of the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet from Vallejo, California, Jeff Gordon.
Our sixth-place driver also posted a comeback of sorts, making the chase for the second time in 3 years. His 2 victories this season were part of 14 top 5 finishes, the second highest top 5 total in the series, resulting in a point fund payout of $1,495,574. The 4-time NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion Jeff Gordon raced the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet back into title contention in 2006.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. 6th place. Jeff Gordon.
Vallejo, California's Jeff Gordon leads the way.
9th road course win, extending the all-time record for Jeff Gordon. King of the road right there, boys.
They gave me such an awesome race car this weekend that I had to get him this win.
Jeff Gordon is closing, and he is closing pretty quick.
Here comes Jeff Gordon, full head of steam.
It's one of only 4 tracks he had never won on. Jeff Gordon finally goes to victory lane at the Chicagoland Speedway. His 75th Nextel Cup win.
To get a victory on a mile and a half at a place like this, and just from start to finish, it's just an awesome, awesome day for us.
Jeff Gordon, 24, he's going somewhere.
Jeff Gordon on the charge. Gordon has had the best car all day.
Jeff Gordon makes it look so easy.
Please welcome driver of the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet from Pittsburgh, Indiana, Jeff Gordon.
We cannot overlook the outstanding season turned in by our 3rd-place driver. He also has won 4 championships and is one of our sport's true greats.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. 3rd place, Jeff Gordon.
None of the past matters. Today's about today. I believe you're the best car out there. Everybody do their jobs. We're going to be good when it matters.
Every kid that comes up to me that says, you know, you're my hero, or says, hey, I hope I get to race against you one day. You have to remind yourself constantly of putting yourself back into, you know, when you were a child and you know, how you looked up to these individuals. That was me at one time.
Jeff Gordon now really closing. That was a great job by Jeff Gordon. That's about the best you can do right there.
You're the best here, man. You know how to do it.
I mean, the fans are what make the sport what it is. You know, I've been racing a long time, and there's no other series that I ever went to that has the mass of fans and people that we have, or the avidness that we have.
Pop the champagne. Gordon wins for the first time at Texas Motor Speedway.
Please welcome driver of the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet from Vallejo, California, Jeff Gordon. 9th place, Jeff Gordon.
I don't think you're going to beat him tonight. That car is bad fast.
He's a winner. He's a class act.
Whenever you have somebody like that in the sport, you're always going to think of him as a champion.
Just a champion.
Jeff Gordon's a champion. I mean, he's a pioneer. He's just a great race car driver.
Jeff Gordon has moved back to the top of the class once again. He made it look pretty easy.
Everything that he's ever driven, he's been successful at. He's a driver that can drive on any type of racetrack. You know, he's aggressive. He's much more aggressive than people act like he is.
Don't look now. Jeff Gordon is back out front. He retakes the top spot.
He's a fierce competitor, but he's pretty fair about how he does things, and that's why he's got the respect that he has.
Funny to me, that guy, he's not aggressive. Yeah, you go do what he does, you know? When you're a lot faster than everybody, you can have one driving style.
Jeff Gordon might be putting himself in position for a great finish.
And he drives with the same determination he's always had.
Here he comes. Tony Stewart trying to make up ground, but Jeff Gordon looking like the Gordon of old as he makes that pass and takes the lead.
I don't think his driving style has changed much at all. To me, he's very much the same driver today that he was 10 years ago.
It's just Jeff to me, but with all that he's accomplished, he's the most decorated driver that we have on track.
He has definitely been one of the biggest names in NASCAR racing.
Good job, buddy. Good job, guys.
Please welcome driver of the number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. From Vallejo, California, Jeff Gordon.
Even after all these years, the passion still burns as bright as it did back in 1993. That was our next driver's rookie year. 21 years and 92 victories later, he's still one of NASCAR's biggest stars. And as we all saw at Texas, one of the most intense as well.
Off turn 4, win number 89 for Jeff Gordon by 2 car lengths over Kevin Harvick.
How does that feel, boys? That weight that just was taken off of our shoulders.
The first thing you think about in any race is trying to make sure that you've got the best car out there. Indianapolis was amazing. I love competing there, always have.
He now belongs exclusively to a fraternity of one. The only 5-time winner of the Brickyard 400 is Jeff Gordon.
Being number 5, having Ingrid and the kids there, everything was just incredible to be a part of that win and that experience. To see your daughter out there driving a car around, it's been fun. I wouldn't say she's necessarily followed in my footsteps. It's been quite an experience. It's been terrifying for me and my wife Ingrid. The win at Dover was amazing. You know, it's a tough place to win at. It all comes down to a total team effort and fast race cars, and that's fortunately what we have continued to have into the chase.
Welcome, 4-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff's average finish in 2014 was 10.4, the best in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
My stepdad, my mom, they brought home a quarter midget. I saw that checkered flag wave, and I was the first one to cross the line after I ran a couple of races, and I was like, I like this. This is cool.
And the go-karts, they really help you out on the dirt because, you know, you're sideways.
I think I could really be competitive in a Winston Cup car.
That race was, you know, an amazing event to just be a part of, and then to go out there and win it was unbelievable.
You and Earnhardt are tied for the points lead right now.
That's a lot of pressure. Jeff Gordon is in fact going to be the 1995 Winston Cup champion.
95, I think, you know, competing against Dale Earnhardt Sr. for the championship, I think that was when we really showed what we were capable of as a team, as an organization.
For the 93rd time in his career, Jeff Gordon is going to victory lane.
I love what I do. Somewhat naturally good at it from the beginning and had to work a lot harder at it over the years, but I do enjoy it. I love getting out there and competing like that.
Great day. I couldn't ask for a better team to go out on a race. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, buddy, we appreciate you, man. You're the best. Thanks for everything. Oh my gosh, boss, I can't thank you enough, buddy. It's been a dream come true thanks to you.